Welcome back to the pregame. Time now for our Hodge Construction talk with Coach Butch Pedersen. And Coach, head up to Solon for a home game on Friday night and got an audible thrown your way. What do you think of how the guys responded, being able to still play, just not really a home game like you were supposed to?
Well, firstly, I want to thank Solon for allowing us to do that, and also our athletic director, Jake Stenberg. Very alert, called Solon, got us up there. Our field was unplayable. The north end of our field is very in need of some tiling, and every year from like the 30-yard line north, it gets extremely wet. And so we got an opportunity to play on the turf, and it was a lot of fun for the kids, and I thought they responded very well.
Well, obviously dug yourselves a 21-0 hole, made the comeback though, and to me I think that was the bigger thing, even though it was still a loss, seeing that the guys didn't quit for those last 12 minutes of the game.
I don't think you'll see these kids quit. They have a hard time sometimes remembering what they're supposed to do, but they're going to give you a good effort for most of the time they're going to go out there and work hard, and it's a learning curve right now for us. We got a lot of kids who quite simply can't remember what to do, and so we're trying to make it as simple for them as we possibly can. But I'm extremely happy with the way they hustled. They didn't give up, and they're tight. They're a good group, and they're working hard together. But we have to understand in West Branch, we got to get in the weight room, because most every school that we play is bigger than we are.
Well, one of those key things from the game Friday night was I think it was 4 or 5 times inside the red zone and come away empty-handed. Ray Riesland and I used to do games together back in KXIC, and he'd always talk about finishing the fun. It's great to get down there. You got to finish the fun. What's the key? What needs to happen to be able to punch that in here moving forward from that game?
Well, basically our offensive line's got to hold their blocks. They're not doing a real good job of holding their blocks. We got to get after people. We're a better offensive line than we show sometimes, and we just got to pound it right down their throat when you get down inside the red zone, and we're able to do that. We're going to score a lot of points.
Well, look at it, and there was improvement. Over 300 yards offensively, defensively, held a pretty good running back in check. So there was growth from the previous week. What are you seeing from them this week as they're trying to respond and try to grow even more so?
Well, they're doing everything we ask them to do, which is all you can ask them to do. And we did improve from the West Liberty game to the Cascade game, and we had an opportunity a couple different times to win that ball game. And we left a lot of points on the field and not on the scoreboard. And if we capitalize on those particular plays, we're going to win the ball game. So I was happy. They came back. They played hard. They're a fun group to be around. Frustrating at times when you tell them things, but they're not doing that on purpose. And they're going to get better, and we're getting better each and every week. So that's what we're looking for.
One of the other key things was getting Gavin Hirschman back, and credit Kelby for stepping in against West Liberty. Gavin was there, limited practice last week. You could tell he wasn't quite there, but he really tried to gut things out and keep that team focused and in it.
Yeah, he didn't practice until Wednesday last week. Kelby took all the snaps on Monday and Tuesday, and Gavin is not 100%. I'm not sure he will be all year. He might be, but he's going to give everything he possibly has, and that's what we're looking for in this regard, and that's what we always get from Gavin Hirschman.
One of the other things that jumped out at me, obviously, when you've got 10 penalties, some of them were some aggressive things. I think when I said it, you look West Liberty, played pretty clean that way, but weren't very physical. We kind of went to the other extreme. Where do you get that balance to be able to be aggressive but also be disciplined at the same time?
Maturity, thinking skills, staying focused. Those are some of the reasons that you make mistakes. And we did. I had on my sheet 14 penalties for 105 yards. That's totally unacceptable. Obviously, some of them were not penalties, but we looked at them, and I'd say 9 of the 14 were definitely penalties. And I know we're going to grow from that. We're going to work on it in practice. And they have to be focused, and they have to use their heads, and sometimes they don't do that.
Well, you've got a big game coming up here tonight. Head down to Wilton. What are you expecting to see from this Beaver squad?
I think they're the best offensive team I've seen all year. They're extremely fast. Sawball boys, are the twins are down there. They're great football players, and they're huge up front. They're probably 270 and an average up front. And so we're going to have to move the ball and get them, running around a little bit, moving a little bit, and see if we can tire them out a little bit, because they're huge and they're a good football team. And again, it's the size. The size is going to be something that we need to work on here at West Branch.
All right, Coach. Well, we're looking forward to it. Best of luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
That's Coach Butch Pedersen, presented by Hodge Construction. We'll be back with more of the pregame right after this. This is the Bearcast at westbranchfootball.com.